What's going on, everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com, and I am in Las Vegas for what? What are we here for?
eBay Open 2018.
eBay Open. I'm here with my buddy Steve. I love that name, bro.
It's a good name. It's popular. More people should be named Steve.
Is your last name Raiken?
No.
No,
it isn't. It isn't.
But my buddy Steve here, he had sent me a message on Facebook saying, hey man, I've been watching your videos, let's get up, and we've been hanging out, listening to his story, and really cool guy. He's big into hip hop, music his whole life. Really cool story. But what we want to talk about today was kind of what it's like to be a eBay seller in Canada. So we're also going to give some tips, even for the folks who are watching in the States and whatnot. But you live in Canada, and I get a lot of messages from people who want to get started selling on eBay from Canada, but they're not sure if they should. And we're going to just kind of state some facts for you from your experience. So what's it like, man, being an eBay seller in Canada?
Honestly, I would advise anybody that wants to get involved with eBay selling in Canada to do it. Jump in and do it. It's definitely profitable. It's definitely worth doing. For me, I don't look at it the same as a lot of people with time. You know, like I'll drive, I'll jump in my car for sourcing for, let's say, and I'll drive to the cities. So like, you know, where most people want to get paid by the hour, I'll drive to the cities and I'll hit 5 or 6 or 7 different stores in one sitting. Whereas in some places there's one Goodwill, one Salvation Army, one Value Village. Yeah. If I go out for a day, then I like to get out for that whole day, and I like to go hit about, like, for me personally, when I go for my whole day, I call it the Golden Mile Run. So for anybody in Ontario or Canada, well, Ontario specifically, the Toronto, Burlington, Hamilton area, there's so many thrift stores there that I can actually go spend an 8-hour shift and hit about 10 or 15.
Wow, cool. Yeah. So what do you exactly buy and sell on eBay? You've been doing it for about 1.5 years.
I have, yeah, 1.5 years. Ever since I came across you, actually, on YouTube, man, I seen the potential, and yeah, I started selling out just stuff that I had around my house. To be honest, I had some suits that I don't use for my businesses anymore, and I started selling those, and boom, 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 they were selling really fast. So I seen that there was something to it, for sure. And I sell clothing. I sell men's suits. I sell women's dresses. I sell.
Really? I didn't know you did women's.
Yeah. I do it all. The ones that my wife doesn't get. Right?
Yeah. Oh, so if there's something good that comes in.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's got style. So she sees the nice ones, tries them on, gets the nice ones. But I do hide some, you know. But yeah, I sell dresses. I sell men's suits. I sell shoes, athletic, casual, business style shoes. Anything really, ties, purses, watches, pretty much anything I can find in the clothing and accessory department.
Cool. What made you get started with clothing versus maybe electronics or bicycles or furniture?
That's an easy one. 101 killer clothing brands. 102 killer men's clothing brands. That's what got me started.
But what do you like about clothing specifically? I appreciate the shout out.
That's realistically what got me into it, man.
Yeah.
I got those from you, and I started looking through. I got brand names, and for me, it's price point. But at the same point, I don't know too much else, so I'm not experienced in electronics, and I'm not really experienced in books. Like I see you know, a lot of people sell books. I'm experienced in clothing because I've got experience along the way.
What's the competition like in Canada where you are with clothing resellers? Because over here, there used to, like 5 years ago, I'm not even kidding, there was like none.
Yeah, I think definitely since the whole like generation of videos and informational sectors have came out. No, you know what?
Yeah, it has.
This is the era we live in, man. You can't fault that. I'm just saying that the fact is,
I agree.
A lot more people
100%
are aware
Facebook,
of stuff.
YouTube definitely blew up the competition.
Bugatti, for anybody that sells clothing, okay, that's one that I started to sell a year and a half ago.
Uomo.
Boom, 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 off the shelf. They were flying. I couldn't keep them in my store. Now they sit there. You know what I mean?
You gotta get more specific.
You have to shift. Yes, exactly. If you pick a certain style of clothes and stay with it and don't switch brand names and keep doing your research of sold listings, you're not gonna progress. As far as competition goes, I don't feel like there's that many.
Yeah.
I don't, because like when I'm searching for an item myself to buy on eBay, because I do purchase stuff on eBay as well, I will look for closest to me. Yeah. And I never see anything in Canada. So I don't think that the competition is that big, considering it's a worldwide market anyways. But
when we were talking behind the scenes, Steve was telling me, and for everyone who lives in the United States like myself, we have it so freaking good with shipping.
Oh, amazing.
Tell them how crazy it is to ship, even domestically in Canada, from Canada to Canada, and internationally. You were telling me it's actually cheaper sometimes to ship to China.
Yeah, it is. For example, anybody in Canada that's going to see this anyways that already ships stuff is going to agree with this completely, but Canada Post is pretty much our sole option for shipping. Like there's FedEx, there's, you know, UPS, which can go over to the USPS side, but everything is so expensive that for me to ship a tie with a tracking number is going to cost me $12 minimum.
That's
minimum.
crazy.
I actually I think that was a mistake. I think $12.95 is the minimum that they will charge. Whereas if I went in and said I'm going to ship this without a tracking, it might be $5.
Dude,
right? So
that
destroys me.
So how do you make a profit selling clothing in Canada with these prices so high?
Right decisions. That's the only way I can make.
So literally,
a profit.
if you buy an item for $1, you're still at like 15 bucks minimum.
You can't. You can't make a profit
so
off dollar store items in a can.
So do you have to sell items for at least like 40 bucks to even like have a small profit?
Yeah, most of the time I try to aim for 40 minimum on stuff that I'm gonna buy because of that exact structure. I find like going back to the Bugatti thing, there's some prices I've just dropped ridiculously low to kind of purge my inventory, right, to make room for new stuff, because my system, I got boxes and everything's already inventoried and labeled and ready, and it's taken up my whole basement, right? So, I mean, suits fly off the shelf pretty quick for me, but dress shirts, I find they sit there. I don't do very well with dress shirts, like even Robert Graham, for instance. Like, I find them everywhere. I got tons of Robert Graham. And
Are you serious? Even
$30
like
bucks. They're not even selling for $30.
The sexy, crazy looking ones?
Awesome ones.
That's weird.
They don't. And it's like, it's being a new seller as well, though, I think also definitely plays a role in that. Like, I got the top rated seller status or whatever pretty fast, but my reviews, I think, are a big deal. I think you need to get into like, super high reviews for people to take you serious, because I think I'm around 180. Okay. I mean, all positive, but at the same point, it's low. So I think people take a guess when they're buying from someone.
Have you ever found the brand? There's one brand that I've been looking for since you're in Canada. I want to ask you. I have been dying to find this brand. It's a jacket brand.
Okay.
Very popular in Canada. It's got the fur hood. Any guesses what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
Canada Goose. Yeah. Have you ever found that?
Not at thrift
dying
stores.
to find that brand.
Not at thrift stores, but you can actually go on to Canada Goose and they throw sales all the time.
Oh, really?
So you can get them for cheap.
Is that like...
You can get them 50% off.
I mean, it sells like really, really hot.
Yeah. My friend, actually, my music partner, Barracuda, shout out Barracuda, he just actually sold one on his site. I got him started kind of temporarily. He's not doing it full time or nothing, but he sold his Canada Goose jacket. Boom! It was like super quick. Didn't take very long for I think $600 or $650, right? So I've never came across them in the store. I've came across fake ones in the store.
Sure. So over the last year and a half, you've been selling clothes, you've been flipping stuff on eBay. You're here at the eBay Open, so you're obviously serious about building your business. What are a couple things that, like really big learning experiences that you've had? Some things that if someone's watching, they're brand new, maybe they're in Canada, maybe they're in the States, and they're thinking about getting started.
It's a good question.
What's a piece of advice that you can give them? Something maybe you struggled with and you overcame. Is there anything that stands out? Taking action on a regular basis?
The beginning. I would say my biggest piece of advice for anybody trying to start out that's new to eBay is the very start, because of the limitations that are placed on a new seller. That's so frustrating, because my story when I began, I literally found you on YouTube, started watching videos. I'm like, okay, I like this. I went out and spent like $5,000 on clothing. Right? Like instantly.
Yeah, that's
like,
a big mistake.
I went heavy because I knew this is what I was going to do. Like I come from factory work my whole life and I don't want to do that no more. So I said, this is a good opportunity. I'm going to go hard.
This is my out. This is my way.
I'm going hard. Yeah. I'm not going to go, half-aid at it, right?
Yeah.
So I went out and I spent a lot of money, came home to my lovely 10 listings, right? I listed my 10 and I was like, oh no, I'm at a stop. And I remember telling my wife, I got clothing racks full of stuff downstairs.
What's eBay's phone number so I can raise my limits?
And I did. I called eBay and they wouldn't work with me right at the start.
I think you need like a month of like history.
2 weeks.
Really?
I called them back.
That's
I called eBay. Sorry, eBay. I called eBay every single day for 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
Every day. And I said, listen, I need this set up. I need to get my limits higher. And the one lady finally said, how serious are you? And I said, I just spent $5,000 on inventory. I said, I'm very serious. So she went ahead and actually upped it. And I think there's a new thing now for new starters that your limit can be increased very fast.
Yeah. So that's one big thing. People don't realize that. They get excited. And I always kind of give the advice when you first get started, don't go out and buy 1 million items. I actually did the same thing. It's like really, you know what? It's because you come into this world of reselling. Yeah, it's a Steve thing, but you come into this world of reselling, you're like, holy mackerel, I've been working 9 to 5 jobs my whole life, making no money, no freedom, and then you see this opportunity and you just can't control yourself.
No, it's exciting. And I think the best thing for me is that is actually what it is. It's exciting. Like, quick story, the other day going through we have a Bibles for Missions thrift store in Canada. I don't
Never
know if
heard
you guys
of
have
that,
them down
no.
there, but they're the only existing thrift store that's cheap. And I went in there and I got a Brioni suit for $7.
Woo.
Full suit. Jackpot. Took that home with me. I mean that, you know, so the deals are out there and you can find them, but you got to go every day. That's another thing too. As much as you can possibly stop by. No, you can't go once a week. You know, sometimes twice a day if I can drive past the store.
Absolutely.
I'll stop in, but
that's cool,
that's the biggest thing. Go hard from the start, you know? Yeah,
cool.
I think.
Awesome, man. Well, any future plans? We got like a couple more minutes left of this memory card before it dies. But, any final words, man? Any plans that you've got coming up in your eBay business?
Diversifying. I'm going to start adding new products to my listings, and that's kind of why I'm here. I wanted to learn about new ways and the new products that they're bringing to eBay and new options and talk to people. And I think I'm just going to start looking for new categories of selling. I'm going to stick with clothing because I love it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But
and it's abundant.
It is. It's very abundant. Not so cheap anymore. You know,
that's
just
half off sales.
I joke around. I do, and I go to them quite often.
Prices have gone psycho.
But I call eBay, or I mean, I call the Value Village that's near my house.
Yeah.
I tell them right to their face. I'm like, you guys are now the eBay warehouse. Like, you're just holding items.
You know what's kind of sad though? Like these thrift stores. I mean, they are donating the money to some good causes, but they're not going to stop. These thrift stores are no longer there to, I don't know, I used to always have like the idea that the thrift stores were there to like to support the local communities, but they're not.
No, it's a profit game now for everybody.
It's to get as much money for their mission and they are donating. Some of them don't donate all of it though. Like I think Savers, they don't even donate. I'm not going to say the statistics, but I know
it's gotten worse with them. But they definitely, I think everybody does contribute back to society, and that's why I'll still go thrifting. Thrifting's never going to be dead to me.
But at the end of the day, I want to say this before we run out of memory here on this camera. Even though prices are going up and there's not as many opportunities as there used to be, there's still 1,000,001 opportunities, and there's stuff that falls through the cracks all the time. So I hope this doesn't come off as negative, because I don't mean that, and like I don't want you guys to think like we're saying this like keep you away, because we're actually telling you go.
Yeah,
go thrift, go make it happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Mom and pop stores, you can find them everywhere. You know, in the cities they're all over and they're cheap. So definitely go at it. It's not a negative game. It's positive.
Awesome, man.
Momentum moving forward every day.
And this guy, we were just listening to some of his music, man. I tell you right now, guys, if you're into hip hop, if you're into music, you know, this guy's gone through a lot of stuff in his life, and he's documented much of his story through his lyrics. So do you want to shout out where anybody can
you can go check my videos. I would say YouTube me. It's KILLLZ01.
I'll link up a video down below in the description.
Because somebody already took my name, so I had to throw an extra L in there. But the other one is reverbnation.com/kills01, KILLZ01.
Awesome.
And that's where my stuff's at.
I don't know if you guys know, but I'm big into like hip hop as well, and I'm
just found that out.
I love like we were just freestyling.
We were looking at the Vegas Strip.
Yeah. So appreciate you, brother. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks again.
Thanks for coming and sharing. And guys, check out the links below. Hit the like button. Check out his music.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. All right, guys. We'll see ya. Take care.